I see blessings shining on me.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy, the girl, Stephen Marcelo, and welcome to hashtag Let's to Spa. You know the vibes. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see from the board, welcome to Qwa Qwa. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I'll be interviewing ins and outs of Tshidiso Hlakotsa, Pastor Tshidiso Hlakotsa. Get it right, this is terminology. He's just showing me how he grew up and as a young boy, how the struggles he had to go through, ladies and gentlemen. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. We have to come together and support each other, the struggles, the young people who go through a lot. And you have to understand where he comes from and his background. Look at him becoming a powerful man that he is today. So, ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, share to your friends, share to everybody, ladies and gentlemen, that would be interested to watch out. The more you subscribe, the more content you take. Thank you very much.
David did some gas on.
So yeah, this is where it all started. There's no mic. Where's my mic?
Your mic is at the back. No, I'm continues talking again.
So yeah, we grew up from this area. I remember where we are now. It's called Poelo.
I didn't know how to spell it.
You don't even know how to pronounce it. So it's called Poelo. This is where we are. This is my aunt's place. Why we are here? We are here simply because of few people that immensely contributed in me during my developmental age, where I was still growing up. She contributed immensely because she used to sell at schools. You know, back then when people were getting their pension money from the government, what we call SASSA money now, or the grant that is received by old people. At those days, back then around the 1990s, because you remember that I was born in 1989, and the previous week on the 11th of August, you remember that I was turning 33, and I grew up from this area. So back then, this is my cousin. Her mom used to stay at our house there in Mononza. Her mom used to look after our house, and then at that time, this cousin of mine, he was still small. He was crawling. He couldn't walk. He was crawling, and his name was Muhau, because his mom said, I have experienced the grace of God through his birth, you know. So the aunt here is also the older sister to his mom.
Seriously?
Yeah, she's the older sister to his mom. Then there are other older brothers. Then it's my grandfather, Fusi Johnny Hlakotsa. And he's one of the people that used to be popular. I get it a lot when people ask me about my voice. You know, the sound of my voice, it's unique. And that's how my grandfather used to speak. If there's something that I can say I took from my grandfather, I'm sure it must be the voice. My grandfather used to have a beautiful voice. My grandfather used to be a businessman. You know, my grandfather was a businessman, but illegally so. As I showed you that these mountains, once you cross over to the other side, you are in Lesotho. So my grandfather used to work in Nsango.
Oh, okay.
That this house that you saw, where I said it was my grandfather's house, they used to be stack of bags of Nsango.
Wait till Lesotho.
He used to get it from Lesotho, sell it in Cape Town.
But where did he get the funding to go to Cape Town? I mean, not to say the funding, to say where did he get the transportation and
the transportations? You know, it was a syndicate.
Oh.
It was a syndicate. Hence, I'm saying that my grandfather was very intelligent. You know, he was a thinker. If there's another thing that I took, another quality that I took from him, it must be his intelligence.
Sure.
You know, my grandfather was streetwise. He was streetwise. Nalebhlali, Dimani used to hustle. Just unfortunate that at that time I was young, but if there's one thing that I remember about my grandfather, I knew it that he loved me. He loved my younger sister at the time, because at that time it was just me and my younger sister, the one that comes after me, Muleboheng. You'll see her, we'll talk to her just now. And you know, those were the days. So my aunt here where we are standing at this point in time, she made sure that as she came to our school to sell, because people used to make their money by selling. She was selling food, she was selling meat, she was selling almost everything. So every time when she used to come to our school at that time, she used to look for me because of what my grandfather did. You know, for his siblings. He used to take good care of them. They knew it. Or when Fusi is around, things will happen. When Fusi is here, things will definitely happen. It will go down. That's how my grandfather used to be. So my aunt, she's my grandmother, my aunt, because she's my mom's aunt.
Okay.
So obvious. You know, so all those things, you know.
Those things.
Yeah, all those things, all those dynamics. So that's how she cared, that's how she loved me, that's how she wanted to take care of me as a sign of appreciation to the younger brother, my grandfather.
Sure.
So she took good care of me. She would look for me at school, buy things, give me money, make sure that I'm satisfied, make sure that I'm happy. So her name is Mosile, Rahadi Mosile, Massimone, Malakwane. She's married to the Malakwanes, but she was initially Hlakotsa. So man, we are in this area, and let me shock you. You know, the area that we are in right now, there's a guy, a friend and a colleague within the radio space, Bongzito Chabalala. He's with Theta FM. He's doing the breakfast for Theta FM.
Seriously?
Yeah, Mocheku comes from this area.
Sure.
He comes from this very same area. So you can just imagine, you know my boss, my brother and my friend Motseki Maboya.
Yes.
He's also from the same area. Not this area where we are. He's from Wiketo. I'll show you Wiketo when we leave. I'll show you Wiketo when we leave. So you bringing me here, you have evoked my emotions.
Okay.
I mean, spending for our fuel just to get here. To say, I want this channel or I want this episode to be authentic, to be original. So you said, man, let's go to your roots where it all started. I'm truly grateful. I'm truly honored.
What thing I like about your area, Ne, how can you leave this beautiful area for something that is, Vaal, and I said, I'm like, this is very beautiful. Like, literally, this is very beautiful. Okay, despite the cold, but this is very beautiful. Something that I would love to capture in my mind. And you see, the mountains are here. Things that people will pay millions, not just thousands, millions, just to come and see these places. You understand? Unfortunately, people are not business minded. I was thinking about this business, saying you can create a resort over there and create more fun.
There's one over there. You see, when you see up there by that mountain, there's something that is like with the white roof.
I see there.
That is the border gate to Lesotho.
Ooh, that's a border gate, Lapa.
That's the border gate to Lesotho there. It's called Golden Gate.
Okay, I didn't know about it.
Yeah, that's the border gate to Lesotho. You see this car?
Yes, sir.
It's police car. My uncle works at that border gate.
Ooh, okay.
Then underneath that border gate, there's a building. You see that building?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's a something like a resort there. It's called Dinkweng.
I've heard about it. I think.
Yeah,
When I'm busy overseas.
It's adventurous. It's very adventurous. So it's called Dinkweng. When you have to go to that area, to that Dinkweng, you must pass my granny's house. You will see it. It will be down there. So if you accidentally make a mistake,
Yes, sir.
your car will have to turn into that side. So yeah, this is the area, man. I'm so happy. I'm so honored that you had to go this extra mile.
Yeah, ne?
You know, we could have done this thing in the Vaal.
In the Vaal at Hope FM.
We could have done it in the studio.
Yeah.
We could have done it at our church. We could have done it at our working place. But you said, I want it to be authentic.
It's something different. You've been doing things in the Vaal. So I'm trying to say, let's take people out of the Vaal, because it's for the Vaal people, end of the day, right? And for the Gauteng people and more people to watch and say, we come from this area and this is who I am. And it doesn't define me where I come from. Understand? Yes, I won't forget where I come from, but it does not define me where I come from. The thing that defines is how I think. It's how my mindset is, how my mentality is. Yeah, because for a person that comes from here, everybody who comes from this area, like you define that it's not about where you come from, it's about where you're going. You understand? And you've changed that, they've changed the game. And that's what I want to do. I want to change the game and tell people, and when one day we will be talking about this, saying that, guys, we have to make sure that young people get inspired. We have to make sure that young people see our mentality. But no, where people, no offense, where people who are dying, people who are killing each other, people who are raping, murdering. But we are different. We won't end up where they are going. We are going a different route or route. Let me just say so. You understand? So, to be honest, I'm really honored to see your area. I'm really honest. The food itself, the food itself was great.
Yeah, but they must make sure that they get nala. They must make sure that they get nala.
But it's your household. That's the problem. Let's tell you, it's your family.
I'll leave some bags. I'll leave some bags. That's my cousin Mohau, the one that I was telling you about, Qwa Qwa.
Sure.
Let me quickly call him over. All right, it's fine. Let's leave him. There's my wife. There's my beautiful wife.
Yeah.
There's my beautiful wife.
Yeah.
There's the queen herself. The queen herself. She must not take my Nala Super Maze meal at the back.
It must stay secured.
Yeah, she must not take
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
You know.
For this part, let's just end it here and then we'll go to another part then.
Okay, you asked me a question. You said, why would I leave this beautiful place that people are paying for to see it and go for the Vaal? Like I said earlier on when we were talking off record, I said to you, the reason that some of us left this area was because of we wanted a better life.
Sure.
We aspired to become great people. We knew within ourselves, we had that edge that pushed us, that said, there's something that you can do. There's something more that you can offer. There's something that the world has to see about you, through you. The world has got to celebrate you. This place is so small for you to be celebrated. This place is so small for your assignment. So we left this area not because of any other thing. We left this area, or I left this area because of my assignment. My assignment was not for this area. My assignment was for somebody else that did not know me. Somebody else out there that might have given up in life. Somebody else that when she hears my voice, her hope, his hope gets restored. So because of my assignment, I had to leave. For the fulfillment of my dream, I had to leave.
for a bigger place.
For a bigger place
A bigger
that will
purpose.
serve as a platform that will catapult me into the place and space of my function and purpose, of course. Because had it not been because of purpose, everything else is meaningless. So my purpose and assignment was for the people of the Vaal, so that anybody else that I tell, don't give up. When they see my background, as you have brought us today, when they see the area that I come from, when they see that this area is mountainous, this area is covered by mountains, there is absolutely nothing else that you see that is outside there. The only thing that keeps you going on the daily basis, it has to be your hope. It has to be your faith to say, as much as there are these mountains, as much as I don't know what is happening outside of these mountains, there is something that I still need to exert.
True.
You know, so that's how we left. That's why we left. We left because of the purpose that we carried. We left because of the dreams that we carried. We left because of the vision that we had about life. That's why we left. And not left only, but we also came back when we found that niche. We also came back to say our people must now begin to experience or to yield the results of us being who we are today. You know, whatever that we are doing today, somebody else must not quit. Somebody else must not give up. Because of us, let our lives serve as an example to somebody to say, Mara monna sheba ke tswa mo lenjwa. Wena o lla fela o itswela heno mo janka di fereko. Nna ke tswa mo lentjena. You know, I mean, if you have to check Spare, where can you get a taxi here? For you to be able to get a taxi, it simply means that you must walk. You must walk a long distance for that matter.
That one
So that's how things are. So when I say to somebody, don't give up, when I say to somebody, you can make it, I speak because of I know where I come from. I know what I endured, what my parents endured, what my brothers and sisters from Qwa Qwa have endured. And when I say to somebody it's possible, it is possible because I believed in the impossible possibilities. I felt it in my heart that there is something that it is possible to become great. It is possible to become a better person. It is possible to become something, to make something out of my life. I felt it in me. The mountains were saying it's impossible, but I was able to see inside of me. I was able to see beyond the mountains. When I say to somebody, don't quit, I'm talking from experience, because I could have quitted, but I did not. It was justified. Look at this area. It was justified. But here I am. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I see myself, but I'm working towards getting to the place where I know I rightfully deserve to be.
You know, it's very powerful that you say, because when you compare you and this place, I don't want to offend you. When you compare you and this place, a person that comes from this place with this mindset, it confuses me. It puzzles me up and say, wouldn't you wanted to stay in the mountains and understand? I'm not trying to offend you, understand? I'm just trying to figure out from that place, Leon, like, and you go to people like people like middle class us, I feel you still present yourself. You still present yourself. You don't even stutter or you don't even shake. Even you don't even say to yourself, no, I these people I don't relate with. You tell yourself, like, your mentality, your mindset, everything, like it still puzzles me. It's still like I can't even figure it out even up to today.
It's a personal matter. It is a personal decision and a personal choice that one has to make about life. That as much as I'm alive, I always say, if it's even in my book, that I was not born for a statistical purposes. I was not born so that when Stats SA comes, they will be able to say, wow, there's Tshidiso Hlakotsa somewhere number 1,250,000. But